Coming up on this week's edition of the Met Report, we take an in-depth look into our 2014 women's soccer team and learn what makes them fire up.
And one of the most popular Broncos players will be on the sidelines for the next 4 weeks.
And germs are all over campus. Find out if you're at risk. All this and much more coming up on this edition of the Met Report.
Welcome to the Met Report. I'm Yoni Gebru.
Thanks for joining us, and I'm Cinthia Maldonado. President Steve Jordan kicks off the fall semester with a special welcome back breakfast for faculty and staff. The event takes place on September 10th from 7 to 9 a.m. in the King Center Concert Hall. President Jordan plans to give a preview of the year ahead for MSU-Denver. He will present his approaches to shared governance, university culture, and the implementation of House Bill 1319. Recipients of several different awards will also be announced at the breakfast.
Want to see the world? The MSU-Denver Study Abroad office is holding an informational fair on September 8th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Tivoli. MSU-Denver has a variety of opportunities to study abroad for the students in multiple academic fields. Students can study in countries such as Spain, Mexico, France, and Germany. For more information about the fair opportunities to study abroad, visit their office in Central Classroom Room 206.
The world is getting smaller. We're much more connected. So how would you deal with countries if you were a world leader? One MSU-Denver professor is teaching just that.
The Model United Nations of the Far West is a mock session of the United Nations General Assembly, the Security Council, and other parts of the UN. A team of MSU-Denver students represent our school every year in San Francisco. They compete against 30 universities and colleges, playing the role of diplomats of an assigned country.
The students prepare months ahead of time. They write position papers, they write policy statements, and they do resolutions before they go. Even though it is pretend, if you will, mock session of the United Nations, they're supposed to participate and play these roles with complete sincerity, like they are members of that country.
You can be in any field of study, but in order to participate, you need to take the International Organizations class.
You write a proposal to me why you should go and what qualities you bring to the team.
If you want to attend the Model UN in April of 2015 in San Francisco, start planning right away to fill all requirements. For the Met Report, Janice Carrasquel.
Being a college student and staying healthy is tough on a tight budget. That's why Metro offers a program to students called Wellness Wednesdays. Each Wednesday, different activities are featured to help improve the health of students on campus. This past Wednesday, they hosted a workshop to help college students learn the fundamentals of healthy grocery shopping. Wednesday, October 1st, offers a yoga class designed to help students with mobility impairments.
Denver's 10th annual 4-day food and wine grand tasting series ends this Saturday at the Auraria Campus. The event features food from Denver's top-rated restaurants, along with over 800 different samples of wine. And the best of all, a portion of the tickets' proceeds will go to MSU-Denver. Faculty and staff receive a discounted tickets to the event. Visit the Denver Food and Wine website to purchase tickets and use the promo code MSU-Denver1 to receive your discount.
Got mail? Many students don't. The technology department has made yet another change to Metro email accounts, and many students are not too happy.
The latter part of 2013 and beginning of 2014, IT decided to make a change and make one unified system to provide more function to students.
So I feel like the new Outlook email is more convenient and it's easier for me to access my school information and to email professors.
I like it. It was an easy transition for me and I think it's a lot smoother than the Gmail one.
During the first week of classes for this fall semester, the IT help front desk had taken around 1,000 calls per day, all from students for having problems such as resetting passwords in order to log in into the new email Microsoft 365 that is under Connect You portal. Literally, this portal replaced Metro Connect.
The old email system was a combination of Gmail and Microsoft Exchange. One of the biggest benefits would be reliability. It should be up all of the time and be available from anywhere in the world, not just on campus. But in addition, there are features that Microsoft offers, including cloud storage of 1 terabyte per student, staff, and faculty member, downloadable copies of the entire Microsoft Office suite for student, staff, and faculty, and also some additional features that will be coming soon, such as IM, shared calendars, and other features.
If you still have any issues, you can call to the IT Help Front Desk at 303-352-7548 and leave a voicemail with your personal information.
I'm sure we can all agree on this, that the price and availability of college textbooks send shivers down the spines of college students every semester. But getting the books you need has never been easier with the plethora of textbooks, websites, ebooks, downloads, and good old-fashioned bookstores. Some of the major textbook websites like Chegg, Nibu, and Amazon have thousands of new and used textbooks available for purchase or rent. Don't want to deal with the hassle of returning a book? Then download an ebook to your laptop or a tablet. Need a book immediately? Then don't hesitate on visiting your university bookshop.
I went through Amazon, or I actually have a Kindle, so a lot of books actually have a digital version.
Once I know if I have to have the book, go through Amazon, stuff like that, because I know you can get it pretty cheap and they send it out within a week.
Student Engagement and Wellness Center is sponsoring the National Red Flag Campaign event here on the Auraria campus. Starting next Tuesday between the Plaza Building and the library, the Red Flag Campaign event will be set up to spread awareness about the prevalence of domestic violence and dating violence on college campuses. The campaign was created in 2005 to encourage people to say something when they see warning signs of dating violence.
Students feeling overwhelmed with the start of the fall semester, here's Michael Ronnebaum with the story that will relax you while he enlightens your Zen.
For the fall semester in full swing, thousands of students are coming down to Auraria campus. But where do the students go when all the study means too much stress? Well, we found a nice relaxing spot where students can go get their Zen on right here on campus. While many students find it easy to stay busy on campus, some students have found refuge in a yoga studio. Yoga instructor Beth Sandlin tells us how all of this started.
It started in the fitness center maybe about 3 years ago when we lost our space. So Campus Recreation graciously decided to merge programs with us so that we can continue offering yoga for the college. Yoga for stress management and yoga for relaxation on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12:30, and that class runs an hour to an hour and 20 minutes. And then there's also 3:30 yoga classes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And there is a 5:30 yoga class on Monday and Wednesday.
However, you don't need to be an expert to join the fun.
Everybody's invited to come, and all the instructors are wonderful and can show modifications if needed or how to progress in exercise. We have all the equipment provided, yoga mats, blocks, and blankets, and you don't need to register in advance. Probably the number one reason why people continue to come, not only because they feel better afterwards, but it helps their stress levels as a college student.
If you need some stress-free time, the yoga studio could be the place for you. For the Met Report, I'm Michael Ronnebaum.
Fall is here, and that means you might want to step up your hygiene. Cold and flu season brings an accumulation of germs to campus. The organization Best Colleges Online has a list of some of the germiest places on campus. It turns out keyboards contain 60 times more bacteria per square inch than a public toilet, while classroom desks contain 400 times more bacteria than toilets and ATMs. Water fountains contain 62,000 to 2.7 million bacteria per square inch. But get this, your cell phone might be the dirtiest thing of all. Cell phones can contain 10 to 50 million bacteria.
You know what's the best way to step up your hygiene?
I think it's using your Purell, washing your hands each time you go to the bathroom. You just gotta stay on top of stuff like that.
No, well, yes and no, but the best way is to have instant sanitizer everywhere you go.
Oh, okay.
So if you want one, they're at 7-Eleven for just like $1.50. So definitely recommend it.
$1.50. I'm gonna get on that.
Right. Well, fall is around the corner, and it's hard to believe that parts of the state will start to see a dusting of snow.
Here's Jhocelyn Avendano with the latest.
Thanks, guys. And we're going to start right with the current temperatures. As we can see, we're at 64 degrees, much cooler than what we experienced on Wednesday with highs of 90 degrees. And over here, if we could take a look, our winds are at the south-southeast direction at 8 miles per hour. And we'll be only reaching highs of 70 degrees with lows of 52. And so we can see that in our hour by hour, that towards the end of the day temperatures won't really fluctuate, as we're only going to be at the 60s, and we won't really reach the high temperatures of 70. We can see that by 2 p.m. we'll be at 67, and by 3 and 4 p.m. Temperatures will level off at 68 degrees. And towards the end of the day, that's when we'll have the chance of storms rolling into the metro area, and we only have a high of 67 by 5 p.m. and a high of 66 by 6 p.m. And really good news for those who suffer from pollen. There is no pollen whatsoever. And that's due to the rain and the cooler temperatures we've been experiencing. So that really helps the pollen to go down. And for tomorrow, same story. The pollen the levels won't be as high. As we can see, for tomorrow, we'll be only reaching a high of 73 degrees and a low of 53. Our winds will still be at 8 miles per hour, but if you can see that shift right there from the south-southeast, it will go to the north-northeast, and that is due to a cold front that will be rolling into the metro area. And I will get to that in our extended forecast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jhocelyn. Well, I can't wait for the snow.
You know, I'm excited to snowboard, but I am not the biggest fan of cold weather, so I'm kind of iffy on it.
It's my favorite season. I mean, we got the beanies, the scarves, the leggings, the pumpkin spice at Starbucks. I love it.
All right, let's wait up for
well,
it.
coming up next, a popular golf tournament comes into the Mile High City.
And another American journalist was killed this week by ISIS.
And with the fall semester finally here, we can now concentrate on fall sports. I'll bring you the latest in men's and women's soccer as well as golf, coming up after the break.
Welcome back. RTD temporarily shut down the light rail station at 16th and Stout this week for a 12-week construction project. RTD plans to remove and replace the construction loading ramps at 16th and California and 18th and Stout. The 16th and Stout location will reopen October 17th during construction. Passengers may exit the train at other light rail stations, or they can ride the free mall ride. Free bus services are also provided by RTD. For more information on construction and alternative routes, they can be found under the latest news at www.rtd/denver.com.
A morgue director in Honduras says at least 5 children deported from the U.S. have been killed there since February. This report adds to the ongoing controversy about how the U.S. government should handle the border crisis. Some organizations are pushing for the treatment of the situation of a refugee crisis, while others think the children should be deported. 66,000 unaccompanied children have been apprehended by the Border Patrol in 2014. To determine each child's status in the U.S., immigration judges are currently treating each case independently.
Listen up, football fans. Now the NFL has stiffer penalties for players and personnel that commit domestic violence. The NFL gives violators a six-game suspension for the first offense and a lifetime ban for a second offense. The new policy already is being enforced. Just as the past week, 49er Ray McDonald was arrested for domestic violence and is the first player to be punished under this new policy.
Following in the steps of Amazon and UPS, Google is now the latest company to attempt delivery by drone. A team of Google engineers and experts performed 30 test flights last month on unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, in Queensland, Australia. During the test flights, the UAVs were stocked up with goods such as chocolate bars, radios, and dog treats. This isn't the first time Google has attempted drone technology, as they purchased Titan Aerospace, a drone company. For $60 million in April, Google hopes to eventually use the vehicles to deliver medicine and help the environment.
Now to more devastating news. Powerful words from the Islamic State as another American reporter is beheaded. Steven Sotloff was murdered on camera earlier this week, just days after journalist James Foley. Sotloff initially moved to Syria to report on Muslims struggling under the hand of tyranny. The mass murderer called out to President Obama, stating, quote, "Just as the American missiles continue to strike the Islamic State, their knives will continue to strike the necks of the American people," end quote. Obama has since pledged to punish ISIS for this act.
We know they're a threat. We know they're brutal. We know that they are, as I've said, as others have said, something that we've never seen before. They're better organized. They're better funded. They have more capability. They're better structured. There's a dangerous, dangerous ideology of a brutality, barbaric nature that we've not seen before.
Better check your fridge. Kraft Foods issued a recall on their American Singles cheese slices due to the manufacturer not storing them at the appropriate temperature. This could cause premature spoilage and even foodborne illnesses. Kraft is voluntarily recalling 7,000 packages of American cheese slices. So far, Kraft has not received any complaints from consumers. For more information, call Kraft Foods Consumer Relations at 1-800-396-5512.
The top 70 professional golfers from around the world are in Colorado for the 2014 BMW Championship at Cherry Hills Country Club. Big names in golf including Ricky Fowler, Rory McIlroy, Bubba Watson, and the young up-and-upcoming Jordan Spieth are currently competing in this year's tournament. Only the top 30-point leaders from the 70 will qualify to advance into the final, scheduled to be held in Atlanta.
A pledge made by CVS back in February has been fulfilled earlier than anticipated. As of Tuesday this week, all 7,700 CVS locations nationwide have stopped selling tobacco products in an effort to rebrand as healthcare destinations. CVS, who promised to stop selling these products by October of this year, has even changed its corporate name to CVS Health. The CEO said the company expects to lose about $2 billion in revenue annually, but believes that they can counter that loss through growth the company may gain from healthcare.
Calling all beer lovers, Bud Light is transforming the town of Crescent Butte into whatever, Colorado, this weekend. This is part of the Bud Light's new marketing campaign, Up for Whatever. Bud Light is expecting around 1,000 people for this event, and the town's council voted unanimously to allow the event to take place in exchange for $500,000 from the beer giant. The event begins today and goes through Sunday.
Wes Welker will miss the first 4 games, but not because of a concussion. After violating the league's performance enhancement policy, the NFL issued the Broncos slot receiver a 4-game suspension after he tested positive for Adderall. Adderall is allowed for NFL players to consume, but it has to be cleared by the league. Welker did not have clearance, and therefore he ultimately violated that policy. He will be eligible to return to the game on Sunday, October 12th against the New York Jets.
Well, Matt Prater, Wes Welker, gone. We'll be fine. I know it.
I think right now it's just to keep a positive attitude. We'll see how the next game is going to go, but I think it's just keeping a positive attitude, keeping up about it, and Denver should be fine.
And that's not a problem for Peyton Manning, right?
Oh, no, not for him. Yeah.
Well, here's Jhocelyn Avendano for a closer look into your weekend forecast.
Thanks, guys. And for Sunday, it looks like the Broncos game will be excellent weather. But now if we take a look for Saturday, however, we have a chance of a few thunderstorms building over the mountains. And that's why, but over here in the metro area, there'll be less possibilities. As I said, it was only going to focus in the mountains. Denver will have a high of 73 with a low of 53. Over here in DIA, we'll have a high of 74 with a low of 53, excuse me. And in Lamar, the sunniest part of the state will only come in at 73 degrees, excuse me, with a low of 53. And for Sunday, we can see that there was a high pressure system that moved up from Montana, and that's why our temperatures will increase a little bit. As we can see, Denver will have a high of 82 with a low of 57, and Boulder a high of 80 with a low of 54. And along the I-25 corridor, Colorado Springs will be the coolest part of the state with a high of 77 and a low of 52. And over here in Alamosa will be much cooler, and that's where we'll have more chances of thunderstorms because even though there's a high pressure system coming from Montana, there will be a cold front that will be moving through the south part of the state with only a high of 75 and a low of 54. And looking at our national map, we can see here that there's the cold front that I was talking about. It's going to affect the whole country, so it's going to be a pretty wet Saturday for most of the country in parts like Nebraska, Texas, and the eastern part. And there's the high pressure system I was mentioning, and it's going to slowly make its way by Sunday. If we take a look for Sunday, excuse me, the high pressure system has made its way through Colorado, and that's why temperatures will increase. And that cold front that was right there has weakened, and so it's only going to affect parts of the East Coast. For our 5-day forecast, however, the sun returns to Colorado. Monday we'll have a high of 85. That's going to be the hottest day of the week. Tuesday we'll have a high of 83 with sunny skies. Wednesday also sunny skies with a high of 78. And Thursday we'll have the chances of more thunderstorms as we only have a high of 71. And by Friday we'll cool down a little bit more with a high of 70.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really looking forward to this cooler weather coming up this week.
You see, I come from the land of California, and I like really, really hot weather, so I don't know about you, Jen.
Yeah, fall must be a really hard season for you then.
Sure is.
Well, born and raised in Colorado, love everything about it, especially pumpkin spice. Yeah. Only available fall season.
Yes, and bring on the boots too.
Yeah. Well, coming up after the break, Yesica Escalante join us with EMET.
Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down.
Where I bring Hollywood a mile high.
Aligning the Hollywood stars over Denver.
I'm here to bring you the latest juicy gossip from the mile high to the streets of Hollywood.
Give your most handsome look to that camera.
Where I'll be bringing you the latest gossip from Tinseltown all the way up to a mile high.
I didn't get any injuries. I was okay. I was doing a little dancing, things, you know.
Check us out every Friday live at 12:30 p.m. on The Met Report.
Well, unfortunately, it has been hit with some tragic news. Hollywood sassy comedic genius Joan Rivers has passed away at the age of 81. Rivers was hospitalized at Mount Sinai Hospital after she stopped breathing during her throat operation. She was moved out of the intense care and on Wednesday to a private room on life support, but passed in her sleep yesterday morning. Heartfelt condolences and comments from fans and celebs have circulated all over the internet, celebrating the life and legacy of Joan Rivers. The inspirational woman will surely be missed. Joan was known for having not only bold words, but bold sense of style as well, teaching us a few things on how to look fashionable no matter what. Now, speaking of fashion, 'tis almost a season of scarves, boots, and inspired nail polish. But what if your trendy nail colors could actually save your life? 4 male college students from North Carolina State University created what is called undercover colors, polish that changes color when it comes with contact on certain drugs, such as Xanax, GHB, and the notorious date rape drug, Rufinol. A simple cocktail hour can turn dangerous, but all can be saved with the simple stir of the finger. The innovative product has already brought in more than $111,000 due to contest winnings and investors. Seems like sexual assault doesn't stand a chance next to this chic and new defense. Chemistry and cosmetics who would knew it would be such a revolutionary thing? As you can see, a lot of changes are beginning to happen for women this year in more ways than one. To all my single lady friends, I've got great news for you. Apparently September is Take a Man on a Date month. So if you've been riding solo and have been crushing hard, this gives you the perfect excuse to be brave and take out your crush out on a fine dine. Yes, that means we are switching roles and paying the tab. If all goes wrong, remember, it was just a date. And next. According to grownpeopletalking.com, this new trend is gaining steam all over social media and have many laughing about it. Stay social with us and let us know if you're up for the challenge. Hurry, ladies, 26 days left. So what is there to do in the meantime, guys? Well, if you happen to be a singer, poet, or comedian, then we have the perfect event for you. It is Open Mic Night at MSU-Denver and all talents are welcome. The Tivoli Multicultural Lounge becomes a hotspot for talent and culture. And it's time students show us what they've got. Anything goes from stand-up to live musical performances, including some good old karaoke. The Office of Student Activities says that event takes place every first Wednesday of the month. So those interested have plenty of chances to showcase their unique capabilities. Students always be on the lookout for fun campus occasions like this one by visiting the events calendar on MSU-Denver website. Summer 11 is coming to an end and autumn is upon us. Not only is it bringing cooler temperatures, but the Mile High has cooler movies as well. It's time to check out what new flicks you must see for this weekend.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? You gotta check it out.
I wanna see that.
That's so cool. I can't wait.
We have to go and check that out.
Let's see.
Peru is dangerous. We can't just go invade a country because they're doing something that we think is immoral.
I know. I just think I should be doing something about the rainforest.
A handful of student activists formed the concrete jungle travel to the real jungle all the way in Peru. Only it's not your typical vacation. It's more like a run for your life, please don't eat me type of vacation. Here the group of survivors try to escape the clutches of some seriously scary and cannibalistic locals. Warning for the squeamish, you might want to look away.
You know what this is? You know what they're doing to us?
So, I met a woman a couple of weeks ago. I don't know, I can't get her out of my head.
Beatrice, this is my friend, Conrad.
Met.
Just briefly.
On the subway.
Subway?
I gave him my,
scarf. She gave me her scarf, it was cold.
I back from you.
Give it to you. I can get it from you to give to her.
Love can be a man-eater too, and these New Yorkers are no exception. Jason Bateman and Olivia Wilde star in a new rom-com about a man who has everything except for the perfect woman he can't seem to have, but will try anything and everything to get, even if that means double-crossing his best friend. Ladies, cuddle up next to a handsome hunk during this movie in a theater near you.
The affluent have plenty of problems. I'm a mess.
Okay guys, so I gotta ask, what do you guys think about that Green Inferno movie? I sure think it's like creepy. I don't know about you guys.
I'm gonna watch it immediately. That movie looks super scary.
Well, if you guys want me here working productively, I'm not gonna watch it because I'll get no sleep.
Have you seen, I think the director, he made the movie Hostel. Have you seen that?
Oh, I know.
Hostel was awesome.
Yeah.
No scary movies for me.
Me neither.
Scary, yeah.
Hey, talking about that Undercover Colors, sign me up for that whenever it comes out.
Yeah, definitely, because it's a great idea too.
Us girls are gonna get a lot of power with that.
And me too.
Okay.
No,
Of course. You can join in.
All right, sports is next.
On that long and do it all again so I can find my way back home.
The sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
Thank you, Cynthia. Fall sports will finally begin as women's golf opens their season this Monday. The ladies will begin taking their talents to South Colorado, where they'll compete in the Wolfpack Invitational at Pueblo Country Club in, of course, Pueblo, Colorado. The ladies are led by senior Natalie Gallagher, who was a preseason All-RMAC selection last year. Gallagher tore up the Wolfpack Invitational when she went Tiger mode, finished second out of 42. Gallagher also became the first medalist in school history last year by winning the Maverick Spring Invitational by shooting a remarkable 146. Coach Ben Porty and the Roadrunners are hoping to start their season on a strong note. Women's soccer opened the 2014 campaign against West Texas A&M last night. They come to the season ranked 16th in the nation. Even though it was a rainy night last night, the Roadrunners were on fire. Despite Metro State goalie Sam McCurley leaving in the 19th minute with a neck injury, freshman Brianna Flores had an unexpected debut. Seniors Albie Rolfe and Brandy Farley gave the freshman goalkeeper a little bit of breathing room with a goal apiece in the second half. The Roadrunners hold on to the 2-0 lead, finishing and winning their season opener. The Roadrunners will host Dallas Baptist this Saturday at noon. Well, if you missed last night's women's soccer match and want to extend that World Cup fever to yours locally, there's a few games this weekend to fill your hunger. The men's side of things, the guys open up their soccer season debut this Sunday at noon. Preseason All-RMAC selections Danny Arubla and Pierce Galen expect to start their season on a strong note as they host Hawaii Pacific. Metro State has 10-plus wins in 11 consecutive seasons, making it the longest active win streak in the RMAC. And speaking of women's soccer just previously, of course we all know the ladies are trying to build on their stellar 14-4-4 record last year. Our very own Miles Potter gave us a preview of the season ahead.
10 years ago, our women's soccer team was on the top of the Division II mountain. While it's hard to compare this year's team with the 2004 team, they definitely have the firepower and experience needed to bring this program their third national championship.
Cito coming up from defensive spot, centers, loose ball deflected off and in the goal. Now it's 2-0. I believe that was Abby Rolfe, her second goal of the game.
Abby Rolfe is one of the 15 upperclassmen on this team that looks to have the experience to carry this team to the next level.
I just think we're all so used to playing with each other. We have a lot of team chemistry, and I think that will play over into our games and how we perform.
You know, these girls came in fit. They set the tone right away. You know, they're eager, and I think for the younger girls, they're just following their lead.
Three of the seniors of the three-headed monsters are Brandy Farley, Abby Rolfe, and Carissa Price, who combined for a total of 67 points last year. All three of these players are named to the all-preseason team and are going to be tough to handle for any opposing defenses.
You know, those players, obviously all three seniors, and have had very good seasons in the past. You know, other teams can't just kind of try to shut down one of them. They got to shut down all three of them.
This team is picked to finish second in the RMAC behind Colorado School of Mines, but Metro is looking at the season in a whole new light, breaking it down into 4 phases.
First phase is going to be our regional games. Second phase is conference. Third phase is RMAC. Fourth phase is NCAA. So right now I just want to get through the regional games, but once we get to that phase, I'm pretty sure we're going to dominate there too.
After making it to the Sweet 16 the last 2 years, you'd think this team would be satisfied. But here at Metro State, the standard of excellence is much higher.
You know, it's tradition for us. There's a set of expectations that, you know, we're going to do everything in our power to get there.
We have such a long history of making the tournament, and that tradition, we take a lot of pride in that here, so it's not as much a goal as an expectation for us.
It's what matters. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I've said it before, it doesn't matter if you win conference. We want to go all the way. That's why we have 2 national championships. We want another one.
For Met Report Sports, I'm Miles Potter.
Thanks, Miles. Have you guys actually been out to the new sports complex? It is amazing. So cool, so cool.
Yeah, same with Cinthia. I haven't been out there. I always take the light rail though, and I see that sports complex, and it's gorgeous, man. It's completely gorgeous.
The Roadrunner right in the middle of the field gives you a sense of school pride. It's absolutely fantastic.
Sure does, yeah.
I've seen it. I just need to go and watch a game.
Nice. This
I'll
week
go
will be
with
a ton
you,
to do it.
Okay.
Good deal.
Right, guys. Well, that does it for this week's edition of the Met Report. For Jhocelyn Avendano, Yesica Escalante, Michael Ronnebaum, Yoni, Gebru, and the entire Met Report staff, I'm Cinthia Maldonado.
And be sure to stay social with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
See you back here next week. Have a great weekend.